My precious chosen one, today is not an ordinary day. Today, on May 7th, something has shifted in the spiritual realm that was written about you long before you were born. The heavens have recorded your name in a moment of divine alignment. And I, Archangel Michael, stand as a guardian witness to what is about to unfold in your life. You did not click on this message by accident. You were led here. Today, on May 7th, Archangel Michael says a beautiful soul wants to marry you. The name and gift will shock you. But if you skip this, you may miss your destiny. Listen carefully. There is a soul, a beautiful soul, who has been silently praying for someone exactly like you. While you were questioning your worth, while you were wondering if love would ever truly find you, this person was being prepared in hidden places. You have felt loneliness, but it was not punishment. It was preparation. This connection is not random. It is not ordinary attraction. It is not shallow emotion. It is divine alignment. Right now, there is a stirring in the spirit realm. Papers are being rearranged. Doors are being unlocked. Conversations are about to happen that will look casual on the surface but are heaven orchestrated underneath. You have asked, when will it be my turn? And today, May 7th, the answer has begun. But here is what you must understand. The enemy of destiny always tries to distract before breakthrough. That is why some of you felt unusual heaviness this morning. That is why doubts whispered louder than usual. That is why you almost ignored this message. Because missing this moment could delay what was meant to be accelerated. Archangel Michael stands as a protector over covenant unions. When two souls are meant to walk together for purpose, for legacy, for spiritual impact, heaven does not treat it lightly. This is not only about romance. This is about mission. The person who desires to marry you is not just attracted to your appearance. They are drawn to your spirit. They have noticed your kindness. They have seen your resilience. They have observed how you stand back up after life tries to push you down. And here is the shock: the name connected to this destiny is closer than you think. It is not a stranger from a distant land. It is not someone completely outside your world. It is someone already within your atmosphere. You may know them casually. You may have spoken only a few times. Or you may have overlooked them because they did not arrive with dramatic fireworks. But heaven does not always shout. Sometimes destiny whispers. This beautiful soul carries a gift for you. Not just a physical gift, but a life-changing opportunity. It could come in the form of a proposal, a collaboration, a partnership, or even a sudden confession of feelings. And when it happens, it will feel both surprising and strangely familiar, because your spirits have already recognized each other. Right now, Archangel Michael is cutting away unseen spiritual interference. He is standing at the gates of your future, declaring protection over your love life. What was delayed is being restored. What was blocked is being cleared. However, there is a condition. You must not close your heart out of fear. Some of you built walls after past disappointments. You told yourself you would never trust again. But those walls were temporary shelters, not permanent homes. And now heaven is gently asking you to lower them. The person who wants to marry you carries sincerity. They are not perfect, but they are purposeful. They are not flawless, but they are faithful. Today is a marker in time. You may notice signs after watching this. A sudden message. A dream tonight. A name appearing repeatedly. A memory resurfacing. Pay attention. Do not dismiss what feels subtle. The spirit often speaks softly before it speaks loudly. And here is the deeper truth: this union is connected to elevation. When this person steps into your life fully, you will notice growth. Your finances may shift. Your mindset may expand. Your confidence will rise. Because this connection is not meant to drain you. It is meant to multiply you. Archangel Michael does not announce destiny lightly. If this message reached you on May 7th, it is because the timing is precise. Someone beautiful in spirit sees you as their answered prayer. They are gathering courage. They are seeking confirmation. And you, right now, are receiving it. Do not treat this day casually. Reflect. Pray. Prepare your heart. Release bitterness. Forgive quietly. Clean your emotional space. Because what is coming requires readiness. The name will shock you not because it is unfamiliar, but because you never realized they were feeling this deeply. And when the gift is revealed, you will understand why heaven insisted you listen today. The moment is closer than you imagine. The proposal of destiny is forming, and Archangel Michael stands guard over what is about to unfold. Beloved one, what I am about to reveal now will settle the confusion that has been circling your heart for months. You have been sensing that something is changing around you, but you could not explain it. Conversations feel different. Certain people look at you longer. Small interactions carry deeper meaning. This is not imagination. This is alignment beginning to surface. Today, on May 7th, the spiritual atmosphere around your love life has shifted into movement. What was hidden is beginning to breathe. The beautiful soul who desires to marry you has reached a turning point. They can no longer ignore what they feel. They tried to distract themselves. They tried to convince themselves it was temporary. They even attempted to focus on other options. But nothing replaced the peace they feel when they think about you. Archangel Michael is standing between you and confusion. He is cutting away misunderstandings before they even form. That is why you may soon experience a sudden clearing of tension with someone. A conversation that was once awkward will become smooth. Words that were once held back will begin to flow naturally. You might ask, why now? Because readiness has matured. This person needed growth before stepping toward you. They needed emotional stability. They needed financial clarity. They needed courage. And you also needed healing. If this union had happened earlier, it would have been unstable. But now, both of you stand at a stronger place. The name connected to this destiny may already echo in your memory. Think about who recently crossed your mind for no clear reason. Think about whose presence feels calm instead of chaotic. Think about who respects your boundaries without you asking. That is not coincidence. This person has been watching your strength quietly. They admire how you carry yourself. They have noticed your loyalty. They have paid attention to your compassion. What shocks you will not just be the name, but the depth of their feelings when they finally speak. Archangel Michael whispers this clearly. Do not misinterpret their silence as disinterest. Sometimes silence is preparation. Sometimes silence is fear of rejection. Sometimes silence is someone praying for the right timing. Timing is sacred, and May 7th marks the acceleration of that timing. You may soon receive a message that appears simple, a casual invitation, a question that seems ordinary, but behind it stands intention. Behind it stands courage gathering strength. Behind it stands heaven's confirmation. Do not respond with sarcasm. Do not respond with emotional distance. Respond with openness. This is not about chasing. This is about receiving. And if this message is resonating with your spirit right now, I want you to engage with it actively. Like this video so this message can reach other hearts who are waiting for confirmation. Share it with someone who has been praying for love. Comment the name that keeps coming to your mind. Subscribe to this channel and become part of this growing family of faith. When you hype this message and join the membership, you are aligning yourself with a community that believes in divine timing and spiritual protection. Your interaction is not just digital. It is agreement. Now listen carefully. A gift connected to this union is more than romance. This person carries opportunity. They may introduce you to new environments. They may support a dream you almost gave up on. They may stand beside you during a decision that changes your life direction. Marriage in this context is covenant, not just ceremony. Archangel Michael protects covenant because covenant creates legacy, and legacy affects generations. That is why the enemy tried to convince you that you are unlovable. That is why past heartbreak felt so intense. It was an attempt to make you close your heart before destiny arrived. But you did not close completely. You are still here. You are still listening. You are still hoping, even if quietly. And that hope is about to be rewarded. Very soon, clarity will replace confusion. Signals will become obvious. The name will no longer feel like a question mark. It will feel like confirmation. Watch how they begin to initiate more conversations. Watch how they create reasons to be near you. Watch how their tone softens when they speak about the future. There will be a moment when your eyes meet and something unspoken becomes undeniable. When that moment happens, remember this message. Archangel Michael stands as witness that what is unfolding is protected. Hold on, because what unfolds next will connect the name, the gift, and the destiny in a way you never expected. Faithful heart, lean in closer, because what is being revealed now carries weight in the spiritual realm. The reason this message reached you on May 7th is not only to inform you that a beautiful soul wants to marry you. It is to prepare you for the identity shift that will follow. Marriage, in its true form, is not just about companionship. It is about elevation, responsibility, and spiritual covering. And the one who is stepping toward you understands this more than you realize. Archangel Michael stands at the edge of this transition, sword raised not in aggression, but in protection. He guards what heaven has approved. This union is not built on impulse. It is built on alignment. The person who desires you has wrestled with their feelings in private. They have questioned whether they are worthy of you. They have examined their own flaws. They have prayed silently for courage. You may have sensed a strange pull recently. A thought about them that would not fade. A dream that felt symbolic. A memory replaying at unusual hours. These are not random. These are spiritual nudges, gentle confirmations that something sacred is moving beneath the surface of your everyday life. The shock will not only be in the name, it will be in the timing. You may have assumed that this season was about independence. You may have told yourself that love could wait. But heaven does not operate on human assumptions. Heaven moves when growth meets readiness. And you are ready. The gift connected to this confession will reveal their seriousness. It may be a heartfelt letter. It may be a symbolic item. It may be a vulnerable conversation where they open parts of their past they have hidden from others. Whatever form it takes, it will carry sincerity. You will feel it in your spirit. There will be peace, not pressure. There will be calm, not chaos. Archangel Michael is clearing away any lingering shadows from past relationships. Those old disappointments were lessons, not life sentences. They refined your discernment. They sharpened your intuition. They taught you what respect feels like and what it does not. This time, it will feel different. You will not feel anxiety when they text. You will not feel confusion after conversations. Instead, you will feel steadiness. That steadiness is a sign of divine orchestration. There is something else you must understand. This union is connected to purpose. Together, you will accomplish more than separately. Your strengths will complement each other. Where you are bold, they are patient. Where they are cautious, you are visionary. This balance is intentional. On May 7th, a spiritual announcement has gone forth. The waiting period is closing. The revealing period is beginning. But here is your responsibility in this sacred moment. Do not sabotage what heaven is sending by doubting your worth. Do not question whether you deserve healthy love. You do. You have grown through storms that could have hardened you completely, yet your heart still carries softness. That softness is strength. When the name is spoken clearly, receive it with grace. When the gift is presented, receive it with gratitude. When the question of future commitment arises, respond with honesty rather than fear. Archangel Michael is not only protecting this connection, he is strengthening your discernment so you recognize it. Tonight, you may feel a stirring in your spirit, a sense of anticipation, a quiet excitement you cannot explain. That is confirmation. Something is aligning behind the scenes. Conversations are being rehearsed in their mind. Plans are being formed. Courage is building. The beautiful soul who wants to marry you is closer to action than you think. Before this unfolds fully, seal this moment with intention. Declare in your heart that you are open to divine love. Release the belief that love must hurt to be real. Release the fear that happiness will be temporary. You are stepping into covenant territory. Type "I receive divine union" in the comments if this message is speaking directly to your spirit. Lesson code 541 has just been released over your love life. And as this sacred alignment begins to manifest, understand that this message is not spreading by accident. Every time you support this mission through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, you are sowing into soil that awakens souls to their destiny. The Lord declares, "As you sow beside all waters, you shall reap in due season." When you act, you are not funding a channel. You are lighting lamps in dark places. Say within yourself, "I will be the reason someone else hears their confirmation." Let your giving be oil that keeps this fire burning. Those who release their seed in faith will see open doors in unexpected places. Step into this prophetic act now. Sow, and watch heaven respond. Chosen vessel, there is a sacred shift happening within you right now, even as you listen. Something in your spirit is awakening, almost as if a quiet realization is settling into your bones. You are beginning to understand that this is not fantasy. This is not wishful thinking. This is movement. Real movement. The beautiful soul who wants to marry you has crossed an invisible line. What was once internal emotion is becoming external intention. They are no longer just feeling. They are playing. They are no longer just hoping. They are preparing. And Archangel Michael is standing at the intersection of their courage and your readiness, ensuring that fear does not interrupt what heaven has aligned. You may notice subtle changes in their behavior very soon. They may begin asking deeper questions about your future. They may inquire about your long-term goals, your values, your views on commitment. These are not casual curiosities. These are assessments of compatibility. They are imagining a life that includes you. Here's something powerful about this timing. May 7th was not random. It marked the spiritual release of what had been delayed. Delays were never denials in your story. They were divine pauses. If this person had approached you a year ago, the foundation would not have held. If you had accepted love too quickly in the past, it might have collapsed under immaturity. But now, growth has stabilized both of you. Archangel Michael has been fighting silent battles on your behalf. Battles against insecurity. Battles against miscommunication. Battles against distractions that could have pulled either of you toward the wrong path. Protection does not always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like missed opportunities that later reveal themselves as blessings. Think back to connections that did not work out. At the time, you felt confusion. You felt disappointment. But now you see the wisdom. Those relationships lacked depth. They lacked alignment. They lacked peace. This union will carry peace. Peace will be your confirmation. When they speak, their tone will not rush you. When they express interest, it will not feel manipulative. When they talk about marriage, it will not sound like pressure. It will feel like partnership. There is a reason the name will shock you. You may have placed them in a different category in your mind. Perhaps you thought they were only a friend. Perhaps you assumed they were uninterested. Perhaps you believed they were out of reach. But heaven often hides destiny in ordinary wrapping. Archangel Michael whispers this clearly. Do not let familiarity blind you to significance. Sometimes the greatest blessings stand quietly beside us while we search elsewhere. The gift connected to this confession may also reveal their heart. It could be something thoughtful that proves they have been paying attention to small details about you. It could be an opportunity that aligns perfectly with a dream you shared casually months ago. When you see how deeply they listened, you will understand that their feelings are not sudden. They have been growing steadily. You are entering a season where clarity replaces guessing. No more mixed signals. No more emotional puzzles. What is meant for you will approach with transparency. However, you must remain spiritually alert. When something good approaches, distractions may increase. Old flames might resurface unexpectedly. Doubts may try to whisper louder. This is not coincidence. It is resistance against alignment. Archangel Michael stands firm against that resistance. His presence in this message is a declaration that protection surrounds your future covenant. You are not walking into uncertainty alone. There will be a defining moment soon. A conversation where the air feels charged with honesty. You will sense their nervousness. You will notice their vulnerability. And in that space, you will have a choice. You can respond from fear, or you can respond from faith. Choose faith. Faith does not mean ignoring wisdom. It means trusting the peace you feel. It means allowing yourself to believe that healthy love is possible. It means recognizing that you have evolved beyond the patterns that once hurt you. You are not who you were during your last heartbreak. You are stronger, wiser, more discerning. This union will not erase your individuality. It will enhance it. You will still pursue your goals. You will still grow independently. But now, you will have partnership, support, encouragement. And as this unfolds, watch how other areas of your life begin to align. Opportunities may open. Confidence may increase. Even your energy may feel lighter. Love that is divinely aligned does not drain. It multiplies. Archangel Michael is sealing this phase with assurance. The beautiful soul is moving closer. The name will soon carry clarity instead of mystery. The gift will reveal sincerity instead of surface emotion. Prepare your heart not with anxiety, but with expectation. The next development will confirm what your spirit already suspects. Radiant soul, there is a reason your heart feels both calm and restless at the same time. Calm because something within you recognizes truth. Restless because destiny is approaching, and your spirit can sense movement before your eyes can see it. This is the space between prophecy and manifestation. The beautiful soul who wants to marry you is no longer questioning whether they should step forward. They are now asking themselves how to do it in a way that honors you. They understand that you are not someone who responds to shallow gestures. You require sincerity, depth, integrity, and they are preparing to meet you at that level. Archangel Michael stands guard over this preparation. He is ensuring that this confession will not come from confusion, but from clarity. That is why it may have taken longer than you expected. Quick emotions fade. Mature decisions last. You must understand something important now. This person has observed you during difficult seasons. They saw how you handled disappointment. They noticed how you kept your dignity when others would have reacted impulsively. They have seen your strength under pressure, and instead of being intimidated, they were inspired. Their desire to marry you is not rooted in fantasy. It is rooted in respect. Respect is the foundation of covenant. You may soon begin to notice that their communication shifts. It will become more intentional. They may begin sharing their fears, their dreams, their past wounds. This vulnerability is a sign of trust. They are inviting you into their inner world. Do not take this lightly. Archangel Michael is also strengthening you for this conversation. You are being reminded to speak truthfully about your expectations. Do not shrink your standards to make someone comfortable. The right person will rise to meet them. The shock connected to the name will deepen when you realize how long they have carried these feelings quietly. They may reveal that they felt drawn to you from the very beginning. They may admit that they stepped back at one point because they feared rejection. You might even discover that certain coincidences were intentional opportunities to be near you. Heaven has a way of weaving stories slowly so that when they unfold, they carry weight. There is another layer to this revelation. The gift they bring may not just symbolize affection. It may represent commitment, a step forward that proves they are serious about building a future. It could be something that connects to stability, shared goals, or long-term vision. When this happens, pay attention to your body's response. You will not feel panic. You will feel peace. You will not feel pressured. You will feel considered. Peace is your compass. Archangel Michael reminds you now to release comparison. Do not measure this connection against other people's timelines. Some marry early and learn late. Some wait longer and build stronger. Your path is uniquely designed. There may also be external confirmation soon. A trusted friend may casually mention how compatible you both seem. A family member may express unexpected approval. Even strangers might comment on your natural harmony. These confirmations are gentle affirmations that alignment is visible. But do not depend only on outside voices. Your spirit already knows. This season is also teaching you patience in action. You are not chasing. You are not forcing. You are allowing what is meant for you to approach confidently. And as it approaches, you must remain open. Sometimes when blessings finally appear, we hesitate because we grew comfortable in waiting. Waiting became familiar. Longing became routine. But now fulfillment is knocking, and you must not retreat. Archangel Michael's presence in this message is a declaration that protection surrounds your decision. You are not stepping blindly. You are stepping guided. Very soon, there will be a moment of eye contact, a pause in conversation, a silence that says more than words. In that silence, you will sense the shift. The unspoken will become undeniable. You may even hear the words you once prayed for. I see a future with you. When that sentence arrives, remember this day. Remember May 7th as the turning point where heaven announced what your heart was about to receive. Destiny is not rushing you. It is arriving with intention. The beautiful soul is gathering the final pieces of courage. A name is moving from hidden to spoken. The gift is moving from prepared to presented. And you are moving from waiting to receiving. Something sacred is closer than you think. Anointed heart, the atmosphere around you is becoming charged with anticipation, and even if you cannot explain it logically, your spirit recognizes that something irreversible is about to happen. The waiting season is thinning out. The silence that once felt heavy is now pregnant with revelation. The beautiful soul who desires to marry you has reached the edge of hesitation. They are standing at a crossroads between fear and faith. For weeks, maybe even months, they have replayed conversations with you in their mind. They have imagined what it would be like to build a life beside you. They have questioned whether the timing was right. But now, timing is no longer the obstacle. Courage is the final step. Archangel Michael is releasing boldness into their heart. The same war strength that guards destinies is now empowering expression. This is why you may sense a sudden shift in their energy. They may appear more decisive, more focused, more intentional in how they approach you. You must prepare yourself emotionally for this acceleration. When something moves from subtle to serious, it can feel overwhelming. But remember, this is not chaos. This is alignment speeding up. There is also something happening within you. Old fears are surfacing not to control you, but to be clear. You might find yourself remembering past disappointments. You might hear an inner voice asking, "What if it doesn't work?" Do not fight these thoughts harshly. Acknowledge them and release them. Archangel Michael is cutting cords to past heartbreaks even now. Those experiences taught you wisdom, but they no longer have permission to define your future. The person approaching you is not a repetition of your past. They are a new chapter written with maturity. As this message reaches your heart, engage with it actively. Like this video as a sign of agreement with divine timing. Share it with someone who is waiting for their own confirmation. Comment with faith, not fear. Subscribe to this channel and become part of a community that believes heaven still speaks. When you join the membership and support this mission, you are standing in unity with others who expect alignment, protection, and purpose in their relationships. Your interaction strengthens the flow of this message across nations. Now listen carefully. The next interaction you have with this person will carry unusual depth. It may start casually, but it will not remain shallow. There will be a moment when they pause, take a breath, and choose vulnerability over comfort. That pause will signal the beginning of honesty. You may feel your heart beat faster, not from anxiety, but from recognition. Recognition that this is what you have been waiting for. Archangel Michael stands beside this unfolding moment as a guardian of covenant. His presence is not symbolic, he is active. He is ensuring that what is spoken will be truthful. He is guarding against deception. He is clearing interference. The gift they bring may surprise you because it will reflect how closely they have listened. It may connect to a dream you once mentioned briefly. It may show that they remember details you forgot sharing. This attention is proof of intentional love. Intentional love builds stable futures. You are not stepping into something temporary. You are stepping into something that has been prayed over, considered, and protected. There may also be a confirmation through your dreams. Pay attention to what you see in the nights ahead. Symbols of union, partnership, or shared journeys are not random. They are spiritual affirmations. And here is something powerful. Once this confession is made, acceleration will follow. Plans will move quickly. Conversations about the future will become frequent. Clarity will replace guessing. But do not rush ahead of the process. Allow it to unfold naturally. Let conversations deepen layer by layer. Let trust build steadily. Hold on, because the next revelation will connect the name, the timing, and the spiritual purpose behind this union in a way that will make everything make sense. Beloved soul, there comes a moment in every divinely aligned story when what was once invisible becomes undeniable. You are standing at the edge of that moment now. The stirring you have felt, the quiet confirmations, the subtle shifts in energy, they are converging into clarity. The beautiful soul who wants to marry you is no longer wrestling in silence. They have made an internal decision. What remains is the outward expression, and that expression will not be careless. It will be intentional, thoughtful, and rooted in honor. Archangel Michael is not only guarding this union, he is orchestrating the atmosphere in which it will be revealed. Timing is being synchronized. Schedules are aligning. Even small delays you experience right now are divine adjustments to ensure the moment unfolds without interference. You may notice that this person begins to prioritize you in ways that feel different. They may rearrange their time to see you. They may check on you more consistently. They may begin speaking about the future using language that includes the word we instead of I. This shift in vocabulary is not accidental. It reflects a shift in intention. There is something sacred about being chosen deliberately. This is not someone settling. This is someone recognizing value. You have questioned before whether you were truly seen. Past connections may have made you feel overlooked or misunderstood. But this time, you will feel recognized. Your strengths will be appreciated. Your flaws will be accepted. Your dreams will be supported. The shock attached to the name will deepen because you may realize that the signs were present all along. The way they defended you in conversations. The way their mood subtly lifted around you. The way they remembered small details about your preferences. These were quiet declarations long before words were spoken. Archangel Michael is also strengthening your discernment during this phase. He is helping you separate genuine affection from illusion. What approaches you now carries peace, not pressure. Stability, not instability. Clarity, not confusion. You might feel moments of vulnerability rising within yourself. Thoughts like, am I ready for this level of commitment? Understand that readiness does not mean perfection. It means willingness to grow together. This union is not about flawless individuals. It is about two evolving hearts choosing each other intentionally. There is also a spiritual dimension unfolding beneath this connection. Together, you will influence others. Your partnership will inspire. Your stability will create ripple effects in families and communities. Marriage, when divinely aligned, becomes ministry through example. Archangel Michael protects such unions because they extend beyond romance. They create legacy. As the moment of revelation approaches, your sensitivity may heighten. Music may feel more emotional. Certain scriptures or affirmations may resonate deeply. You may even feel moments of unexplained gratitude. These are spiritual preparations. Very soon, there will be a conversation that changes the tone of everything. It may begin with honesty about their feelings. It may include an apology for waiting too long. It may involve them sharing how they sought confirmation before stepping forward. Listen carefully during that moment. Do not interrupt with fear-based humor. Do not deflect with disbelief. Allow them to speak fully. When the gift is presented, receive it without minimizing its significance. It may symbolize their intention to build something lasting. It may represent security, promise, or shared direction. And when the name is spoken in the context of commitment rather than casual interaction, you will feel the difference immediately. Your spirit will settle. Archangel Michael stands as witness that this is not manipulation. This is alignment. After this revelation, expect acceleration in clarity. You will no longer question where you stand. Conversations about future plans will flow naturally. Introductions to family or close friends may follow. Steps that once felt distant will begin to feel near. You are entering a season where love does not confuse you. It confirms you. Trust the peace that accompanies this unfolding. Trust the timing that brought you here on May 7th. Trust the protection that has surrounded you through delays. What is about to happen will not only answer your prayers, it will exceed them. The next movement will reveal the deeper spiritual reason this union was preserved for this exact time. Precious one, what is unfolding now is not just a love story. It is a divine appointment written before you understood what waiting truly meant. You have walked through seasons where you questioned if partnership was even part of your destiny. You convinced yourself that perhaps your calling required solitude. But heaven never designed you to build alone. On May 7th, a spiritual seal was placed upon this connection. The beautiful soul who wants to marry you is stepping into divine boldness. They have moved beyond doubt. They have moved beyond comparison. They have chosen you intentionally, not impulsively. Archangel Michael stands at the gate of this covenant with unwavering strength. His presence over this message is a declaration that what is forming is not fragile. It is protected. Protected from jealousy. Protected from sabotage. Protected from misunderstanding. You may begin to feel the momentum increasing. Communication will feel lighter yet deeper. Laughter will come easier. Silences will feel comfortable instead of awkward. There will be a natural rhythm between you that does not require performance. This rhythm is evidence of compatibility. A shock connected to the name will now transform into confirmation. When they finally speak clearly about marriage, about building a future, about permanence, you will realize that the signs were aligning for weeks. The delay was never rejection. It was preparation. There is something sacred about being chosen after consideration. This person has weighed their feelings carefully. They have imagined challenges and still decided you are worth it. That kind of decision carries weight. The gift they present may mark a new beginning. It can symbolize commitment, promise, or shared vision. But beyond the object itself, the true gift is clarity. Clarity ends guessing. Clarity ends insecurity. Clarity builds peace. Archangel Michael whispers this now. Do not allow fear to disguise itself as wisdom. Sometimes after long waiting seasons, we protect ourselves so intensely that we resist happiness when it arrives. Do not shrink from joy. Do not downplay what heaven is confirming. You are worthy of stable love. This union will not silence your individuality. It will amplify your purpose. Together, you will challenge each other to grow. Together, you will build something that reflects maturity rather than impulse. And there is a deeper layer still. This marriage is tied to destiny doors. Opportunities will open because of this partnership. Environments will shift. Networks will expand. You may find yourself stepping into rooms you once prayed about separately. That is the multiplication effect of covenant. Archangel Michael protects what multiplies purpose. In the coming days, expect visible confirmation, a direct statement, a defined intention, a clear step forward. The name will no longer be surrounded by question marks. It will be surrounded by certainty. Let your heart remain soft but discerning. Respond with honesty. Speak your expectations clearly. This union is strong enough to handle truth. Tonight, take a moment to breathe and thank heaven for alignment. Release any lingering bitterness from past disappointments. They were lessons that led you here. Type "I accept covenant love" in the comments if this resonates with your spirit. Blessing code 808 has just been activated over your relationship path. And as this covenant alignment unfolds, understand this sacred truth. When you support this mission through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, you are sowing into a harvest of restored destinies. The Lord declares, "Those who water others will themselves be watered." When you act, you become a river, not a reservoir. Say within your heart, "I will help carry this light to someone still waiting for confirmation." Your giving becomes oil that keeps revelation flowing across nations. Those who release their seed in obedience will see doors open that no one can shut. Step into this prophetic act now. Sow boldly and watch heaven respond. Step is art. The atmosphere has shifted from anticipation to manifestation. What once felt like a distant possibility is now forming into tangible reality. You are no longer standing at the edge of uncertainty. You are stepping into confirmation. The beautiful soul who desires to marry you is moving with intention now. Their thoughts are no longer scattered. Their emotions are no longer hidden behind caution. They have accepted what their spirit has known for some time, that you are not a temporary presence in their life. You are a future. Archangel Michael stands firmly over this unfolding covenant, ensuring that clarity replaces every shadow of doubt. The delays that once confused you now reveal themselves as divine calibration. Every not yet protected you from a not right. And now, what is right is approaching without obstruction. You may notice that this person's actions are becoming louder than their words. Consistency will replace consistency. Effort will replace hesitation. They may begin integrating you into their long-term plans in subtle but unmistakable ways. Discussions about finances, location, family, and vision will begin to surface naturally. This is not coincidence. This is progression. There is something powerful about being chosen with full awareness. This individual understands your strengths and your imperfections. They are not idealizing you. They are accepting you. And acceptance is the soil where lasting love grows. The shock that once surrounded the name is dissolving into peace. You may find yourself smiling unexpectedly when you think of them. You may feel a sense of safety when they are near. That safety is sacred. It is not driven by excitement alone. It is anchored in stability. Archangel Michael reminds you now that stability is a gift. In past connections, you may have experienced emotional highs and lows that left you exhausted. You may have mistaken intensity for love. But intensity without peace is not destiny. This time, peace will be your confirmation. There may soon be a defining conversation. Not dramatic, not chaotic, but intentional. They may express clearly that they see marriage in your future together. They may outline steps they are willing to take. They may even reveal how long they have carried this desire silently. When that moment arrives, allow yourself to receive it fully. Do not minimize their courage by responding with disbelief. Do not hide your own feelings behind humor. Speak honestly. Share your vision. Let transparency build trust. Archangel Michael is strengthening both of you for this exchange. His protection is not only external, he is internal. He is calming anxieties. He is quieting intrusive fears. He is aligning thoughts with truth. You are entering a season where guessing ends. Clarity will feel refreshing. Defined roles will feel secure. Shared direction will feel empowering. There is also a spiritual ripple forming around this union. As you move closer to commitment, other areas of your life will stabilize. Focus will increase. Motivation will rise. You may even feel renewed energy toward personal goals. When the heart feels secure, the mind becomes free to build. Do not be surprised if others begin to notice the glow around you. Peace leaves a visible imprint. Your posture may change. Your tone may soften. Confidence may rise quietly. This is what aligned love does. However, remain grounded. Continue nurturing your individual growth. Continue seeking wisdom. Continue communicating openly. A covenant thrives when both individuals remain intentional. Archangel Michael stands as witness that what is unfolding now was not rushed. It was refined. In the days ahead, expect an unmistakable step forward. It may come in the form of an official commitment, a public acknowledgement, or a clear plan toward marriage. Whatever form it takes, it will remove all ambiguity. The name will no longer be a whisper in your thoughts. It will be a declaration in your life. Trust this progression. Trust the peace that surrounds it. Trust the protection that has guided it. You are no longer waiting for destiny. You are walking into it. Faith-filled soul, the season of wondering is closing, and the season of decision is opening. What has been building quietly beneath the surface is now ready to stand in the light. You are not imagining the shift. The air truly feels different because clarity is stepping forward. The beautiful soul who wants to marry you has reached full alignment in their heart. There is no more internal debate, no more comparison, no more hesitation disguised as patience. They have accepted that you are the one they see standing beside them in the future they are planning. Archangel Michael is standing at the threshold of this revelation, guarding it with divine authority. His presence signifies that this commitment is not shallow emotion. It is a covenant decision. And covenant decisions carry spiritual weight. Very soon, you will notice that their tone becomes more serious when discussing life plans. Casual conversations will gradually transform into intentional dialogue. They may begin asking about timelines, about shared goals, about how you envision marriage. These are not hypothetical questions. They are building blocks. There may be a moment where they look at you differently, not just with affection, but with certainty. That look will carry reassurance. It will say, "Without words, I have chosen." Do not underestimate the power of being chosen intentionally. In previous seasons, you may have felt like an option. You may have sensed that others were unsure about you. That uncertainty created instability. But this time, certainty is the foundation. Archangel Michael whispers this truth into your spirit. When something is protected by heaven, it does not require manipulation to sustain it. You will not need to convince them. You will not need to chase them. You will not need to decode mixed signals. Their consistency will speak clearly. The gift they bring during this phase may represent long-term planning. It could involve a shared investment, a promise, or even symbolic preparation for engagement. Whatever form it takes, it will demonstrate foresight. It will show that they are thinking beyond emotion and into responsibility. And responsibility is a sign of maturity. As this unfolds, I want you to actively align with this word. Like this video as a declaration that you receive stable love. Share it with someone who needs hope in their waiting season. Comment boldly with faith, not doubt. Subscribe to this channel so you continue receiving confirmation and spiritual insight. When you join the membership and support this mission, you become part of a movement that spreads clarity and covenant truth across the world. Your agreement strengthens the atmosphere of alignment. And now listen closely. There will soon be a defining statement. Not vague, not implied, clear. They may say they want to build a life with you. They may express their desire for marriage directly. They may outline the steps they are prepared to take to make it real. When that moment arrives, stay grounded. Breathe. Let them speak fully. Look into their eyes and discern the peace behind their words. Peace will confirm what excitement cannot. Archangel Michael is ensuring that this conversation unfolds without confusion. He is steadying emotions on both sides. He is protecting the vulnerability that will be shared. You may feel a wave of gratitude afterward, a sense of relief, a realization that the waiting was not wasted time. It was preparation for something stronger than what you once imagined. This is also a moment of responsibility for you. Be honest about your expectations. Speak clearly about your vision. A covenant thrives on transparency. Do not rush ahead of the process, but do not retreat either. Walk forward with confidence. Before you scroll away, understand that what unfolds next will connect this commitment to a deeper spiritual assignment that neither of you saw coming. The next revelation will show you why this union was delayed, protected, and preserved for this exact time. Devoted heart, you are now standing in the sacred space where promise begins to transform into purpose. What started as a whisper in the spirit has become a declaration in the natural. The beautiful soul who desires to marry you is no longer approaching with uncertainty. They are approaching with conviction. Conviction changes everything. Archangel Michael stands as a guardian over this covenant, not only to protect it, but to activate the deeper assignment attached to it. This union was never meant to exist in isolation. It carries influence. It carries expansion. It carries spiritual weight that extends beyond romance. You may have already experienced the defining conversation, or it is about to happen in a way that feels undeniable. When they speak now, their words will not wander. They will be steady. They will be intentional. They will express commitment in a way that leaves no room for confusion. There will be a shift in how they introduce you to others, a shift in how they refer to you in private conversations, a shift in how they plan their future. You will feel the difference immediately. It will no longer be if, it will be when. This is the evidence of alignment. The shock that once surrounded the name will now transform into gratitude. You may look back and realize that heaven positioned this person near you long before you were emotionally ready. The waiting was not empty time. It was cultivation. It was refinement. It was preparation for stability. Archangel Michael has been protecting this union from premature exposure. If it had been announced too early, insecurity or outside opinions might have disrupted it. But now the foundation is strong enough to withstand noise. There is a maturity in this phase that feels different from anything you have experienced before. You are not driven by urgency. You are driven by peace. You are not reacting impulsively. You are responding intentionally. That is growth. You may notice that practical discussions begin to increase. Conversations about living arrangements, shared responsibilities, long-term goals. These are not fantasies. They are blueprints. And blueprints signal construction. The gift that once symbolized affection now evolves into a symbol of partnership. You may find yourselves making decisions together that reflect unity. Planning together, budgeting together, dreaming together. Archangel Michael whispers this truth into your spirit. Unity multiplies strength. This marriage is not only about companionship. It is about collaboration. Together, you will face challenges more confidently. Together, you will celebrate victories more deeply. Together, you will build something that reflects balance. There may still be moments where fear attempts to whisper. Thoughts like, what if this changes? Or what if something goes wrong? Do not let those thoughts gain authority. Every meaningful step carries vulnerability. But vulnerability in alignment is not weakness. It is trust. Trust is the bridge between promise and fulfillment. As this covenant moves closer to official commitment, you may experience a subtle spiritual shift. Your prayers may feel more focused. Your goals may feel more defined. Even your sense of identity may sharpen. That is because stability in love creates clarity and purpose. Archangel Michael is not only protecting your relationship, he is strengthening your individual calling within it. You are not losing yourself. You are expanding. The next step will feel significant. It may involve a public declaration, a formal proposal, or a decisive action that confirms permanence. Whatever form it takes, it will remove the final traces of uncertainty. When that moment arrives, remember how far you have come. Remember the seasons of doubt. Remember the nights you questioned whether love would ever feel safe. Safety is no longer a distant hope. It is becoming your reality. This union was preserved through delay, refined through patience, and strengthened through growth. Now it is stepping into visibility. And what is about to unfold next will seal this covenant in a way that confirms it was always written in your destiny. My beloved chosen one, this is the sealing of what heaven announced on May 7th. What began as a whisper has now become a covenant reality. The beautiful soul who wants to marry you is no longer hidden behind timing, fear, or uncertainty. The name that once surprised you now feels like destiny. The gift that once shocked you now feels like confirmation. This is the moment where promise becomes permanent. Archangel Michael stands as witness over this sacred union. His sword has guarded it through delay. His presence has shielded it from confusion. And now, his authority seals it with divine protection. What is joined under alignment cannot be easily shaken. You may already have experienced the proposal, or it is unfolding in divine order. When it happens fully, there will be no chaos attached to it, no emotional turbulence, only peace. Deep, undeniable peace. Peace is heaven's signature. The person standing before you has chosen you with awareness. They understand your strengths. They acknowledge your imperfections. And still, they desire partnership. That is maturity. That is covenant love. Look back for a moment at the journey. The waiting seasons that felt endless. The heartbreaks that felt heavy. The lessons that felt unfair. None of it was wasted. Every tear refined your discernment. Every delay protected your destiny. Every closed door redirected you toward this one. Archangel Michael was present in every unseen battle. You were never alone in your waiting. And now, as this union solidifies, something else begins. This marriage is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of assignment. Together, you will build more than a home. You will build influence. You will create stability that blesses others. You will demonstrate that healthy love still exists. There will be challenges, yes, but challenges faced in unity strengthen rather than divide. Because this covenant is rooted in respect, communication, and shared vision. The name that shocked you will now become the name you pray beside. The gift that surprised you will become a symbol of lifelong partnership. And the destiny you feared missing has now found you fully prepared. Receive it with gratitude. Walk into it with confidence. Or attack it with wisdom. Archangel Michael declares that what has been joined in divine timing will flourish in divine covering. Remain prayerful. Remain communicative. Remain intentional. Type IT is sealed in the comments if you receive this covenant confirmation. Blessing code 1212 has now been released over your marriage path. And now hear this clearly. Just as this union was protected and preserved, there are thousands still waiting for their confirmation. When you release super thanks, step into membership, or so through the PayPal link in the description, you are not supporting a channel. You are opening gates for souls to hear heaven's voice. The Lord says, "Bring the full tithe into the storehouse, and see if I will not open the windows of heaven over you." When you act, you become a sower in fertile ground. Say within your spirit, "I will help carry this fire to someone still in the waiting season." Your seed becomes light. Your obedience becomes oil that keeps this mission burning. Those who give into covenant revelation will reap covenant stability in their own lives. Move now. Sow boldly. Activate the harvest. This is sealed.